Hello, my witchy friends. I have quite a busy day planned for us. Okay, so let me break down the day for you, but it's so gorgeous out that I'm gonna do it outside. Can I join you? Hello. Oh, there she goes. So, my community puts on an annual plant sale. There's like a gardening club in my community, which sounds amazing and I want to join. I just don't know how, but they're doing their annual community plant sale today. So I figured I would pull out some cash and go check that out and hopefully get something going for the garden beds. Oh, I haven't shown you. So my husband has gotten really into bricks. So he built this brick wall, and we're gonna extend it some more, like around our concrete patio. He's got plans for all that. I just listen and I'm excited for him. So he built this, it's kind of hard to catch on camera. He built this trellis here with 2 garden beds. So we're gonna put grapes there. And then he started building a strawberry bed, but we dug up the grass, so it's kind of a mess right now and we don't want the dogs to get in there. But we have the strawberry bed, and I am kind of like a raccoon where I just dig through other people's trash when it's sitting out on the street. So a couple of days ago, maybe a month or so ago, I don't know when it was, I saw on the side of the road somebody had replaced their windows. They're single pane, they're awesome. So we're going to use those to cover up the strawberries so that the birds can't get to them. So I'm really excited about that. I do need to put like a little fence or gate around it before we put those up because I don't want the dogs stepping on the glass. That is a disaster waiting to happen if we don't put the proper precautions in place. But we also have trellised this bed. We need to get a little bit more of the wire that we used for this. And we're gonna trellis this bed into, I hope you can see okay, it's really bright. We're gonna trellis it into this bed. All that to be said, I hope they have some, like I definitely want some cute like flowers and stuff too, because I have these hanging baskets and I usually put citronella in here to keep the bugs away. But I hope they have some like veggies and fruits too, because I'd rather get them from my community than from a box store. So I'm very excited about this plant sale. After the plant sale, I'll show you what we're gonna try to do, because I got this package in yesterday and I started vlogging yesterday. I wasn't happy with the footage, so I'm gonna show you everything now. Bear with me. So, a little bit of context for why I got this package. This is my Book of Shadows. This is, I think, the second one I've made, and I love it, but I haven't used it for like 3 or 4 years, so it's kind of old. So I figured, I love what's in it. I really do. I think I did a good job with a lot of the things. But the thing that I don't like, this is a sketchbook, just a basic, that one that has I think the yellow cover on it. If you know, you know. It's just a sketchbook. I used what I had at the time and that's totally fine. But the thing that I don't like about using a bound book like this is that I don't think of things to put in the book in the order that I want them in the book. So instead I splurged. I'm like, I deserve to have some fun crafts for like days that it's too hot, or I can go craft outside on the days that it's nice. You know what I mean? So I splurged a little bit and I got myself this. It's the size difference is kind of stark because I originally thought I could just pull pages out of here and put them in here. That's not gonna work. We're gonna have to recreate the ones that I actually want in here, but that's okay. But it's 3 ring. I think I showed you upside down, but I don't think it matters that much. And then it comes with a significant amount of pages already. And I'm gonna be layering things on top of these pages, so this book has the ability to get really thick. But I love that I can put pages in here and eventually, as I think of more things, change the order that they're in the book in. So I'm really excited about that. on top of that, I had found this handmade, it's like a stack, and every piece of paper in here is totally different from the last one. So I can show you, I'll lay everything out so you can see it all because I'm really excited to show you. And then I also got this little scrapbook paper booklet of, it's dark grimoire is the theme. So I'll flip through this and show you as well a close-up. And then I can kind of show you, I don't know if I'll show you the full Book of Shadows, but I can show you some highlights of it that I really like and want to recreate in the new book. We can get started on that later. And then even later in the afternoon, I am going over to my dad and stepmom's house to celebrate Mother's Day with her. And then tomorrow morning, I'll be going over to my grandmother's to celebrate with my grandmother and my actual mother. So it's a busy weekend. I'm really excited to get going though. The plant sale just started, I think like 30 minutes ago. So if we go early enough, we should have like our pick of everything. I don't know what the pricing is gonna be like. I kind of hope it's cheaper than like getting my plants at the Home Depot or Menards, but we'll see. And if we get stuff, we get stuff. And if we don't, oh well, no big deal. But I will try to insert some footage of the plant sale as well. Okay, I apologize. I did not have the opportunity to film while I was in the plant sale because the name of the town I live in was plastered everywhere, which makes sense because it was a community plant sale. But they did have like food garden stuff. So I got a lot. I think I got like 12 plants. So we have, oh no, they took the name tags away. I think this is oregano. I think it's oregano. We got oregano. We got San Marzano tomatoes. And the guy said that this was the best for making like my own pasta sauce. So I'm very excited for this one. We got a lot of tomatoes. I got Sweet 100 tomatoes, which I grew last year, but I don't know if you guys remember, but in the early 2000s, there was this infomercial about the topsy-turvy tomato planter where it grows upside down. So I was like, I could try that. It did horrible. It did so bad. So I am excited to do these right side up and hopefully get some good tomatoes out of that. But they're like, Sweet 100s are like a variety of cherry tomato. Did I get 4? Oh my gosh. I got beefsteak tomatoes. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to open a food pantry with all these tomatoes. I didn't realize, I think I blacked out in the plant sale and just grabbed a ton of stuff that, well, I talked to people too, and they like kind of convinced me of like, this is good for this. And I'm like, okay, great. And then I got a big boy tomato. So we're gonna be eating a lot of salsa and a lot of pasta and just tomatoes. I'm excited. I got 2 basil plants. I hope these go nuts because I really like pesto, and I will eat all the basil for all of the time. What's this? Oh, I got 2 jalapenos. Last year, these popped off right in early October, like late. It was early October. These went nuts, and we had like 12 peppers a day coming off of these things. So I'm really excited because we do like jalapenos a lot and we cook with them so much. I got some dill, which I'm really excited for pickling purposes. It smells really good. I also hope this pops off a lot. I got 1 sweet pepper. I have so many seeds for peppers, but I just wanted 1 established plant because I'm really new to gardening. So I'm like, my confidence levels are not super high. And then I got some chives, which I have some in my side garden and I need to move them, but I have this little wooden barrel that I'm gonna put all the chives in, and hopefully they just come back every single year. So I got some more chives. And those are my plants, and I'm gonna go put them outside, and I will see you in just a minute. I have a decent amount of time before I need to be anywhere. So I think I'm gonna make myself something to eat and then I can show you guys a couple of pages from my old book of shadows, and then we can either recreate and do like a similar page or just do whatever we want and make a brand new page. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna eat first though, because I am starving. I've not eaten a single thing all morning and it's 10:50. So I'm gonna eat and then I will jump back into this. Okay, my oven is heating up, so my food can go in a minute. But while I'm doing that, this again is the Book of Shadows. If you're interested in making a book that is similar looking to this, little crystals keep dropping off. Again, this was a sketchbook, just plain basic from the craft store. What I did to make the cover look like this was get tissue paper and I Mod Podged it onto the cover to give it kind of this like old leathery look. Once that was dry, I painted it all black. And then for the pentacle, I am not that precise. So what I did, I didn't freehand this, I printed off just a basic pentacle from Google, glued it on here, and then I hot glue traced the star in the middle. And then I painted that all black as well. And then once that was done, I went in with little, I think it's aventurine and bloodstone crystal chips to do the circle. And then in the corners, I put some, I think that's peridot crystal chips to get this effect. It looks a little funky because it looks better when I'm like this, but the sun is coming in my window. So I'll show you the inside. This is just the back side of the front page. I had gotten a mini tarot deck and added those in there. I thought it would look kind of cool. And I believe I did it to the back page as well. And I honestly kind of want to take these out and do that to my new book. I think that would look really cool. So, I started trying to see my aura. I don't know if you can see, but the only color I could really see was green, personally. And then at some point, this must be older than 4 years old, but in somewhere else, I have an aura photograph of myself. So I just drew that up in the corner to match the photograph that I have. And if I find that, I know I just saw it. I think I know exactly where it is. Let me see if I can get it. Hang on one second. I found it. Sorry about the glare again. This is a good angle, I think. So the green isn't really picking up on camera, but there is some green kind of up in the blue hue. So I tried to draw that as best as I could on the paper. I don't know where to put this. Like, it's special, but I'm like, where do I keep it? You know? So, let's see. Okay, on the other side, I have this casting circle. So I drew my athame. I know some people call it something, people pronounce it differently. I pronounce it athame. Maybe it's athame, that's the other way people say it. So I drew that, and I used the blue because I kind of picture a blue light when I cast a circle. And so I drew the blue as a spiral, and then I wrote my instructions. So opening is this way, and then closing is the opposite way. So if I'm opening the circle, I'll start reading it this way. And if I'm closing the circle, I start over here and come this way, which I like that idea. I think I would like to adapt that again into my new book. I wish they were similar in size because I remember this took so long to do, but that's okay. I have invoking the elements, and I'm not gonna go through and read. I think I'm gonna rewrite that because I do it a little differently now, but I have invoking on one side, and then I have dismissing upside down. So my book is made to be flipped around and all crazy like that, which I like. I think it's fun, and it makes me feel like extra witchy to be like, no, you have to turn it a certain way to like, this was when I was a lot more into the ritual stuff, but I still think it's fun to have. So then I have on this one, invoking the goddess, invoking the god, invoking the universe, and then again, I have kind of a catch-all for dismissing those. I'll have to do like an actual close-up for you guys. I don't think these pages you really need to see. I thought this page was really cool because it's more of the book, but it's an envelope. So I can open this and read my old tarot readings and check for like if they were accurate, but it blends in so you would never know unless you did some investigation that this was a folder or an envelope. So I thought that was cool. I have some offerings stuff, but it's not a very cool looking page. Oh, I have an uncrossing ritual. I do it a little different now too, but I have the ritual. I have it up here. I have everything that you need. I up one of the times and it blew back on me, so I changed the tarot card that I used. So now I use the Lovers instead. Before I used the Seven of Swords, and I feel like that did not work for my uncrossing. I didn't like it, so I use the Lovers now because I'm trying to bring in that loving energy when I'm doing an uncrossing. And then I have my incantation and how to do everything there. I do it differently now, but I love the idea. I created a pocket right here out of some paper, and it just slides right in and out. Okay, here I have a 2-page spread of kind of like my vision board, but I put it in here. And look, we're doing one of these now. So how cool is that? How things come into fruition. And you know what's hilarious is that this must have been like 5 years ago, because I saw, maybe 6, I saw in a folder in my phone, in a photos folder, that I had pre-made a Coffee and Crystals thumbnail because I wanted to be a YouTuber and that's how I was gonna start. And I did not have the nerve. I didn't. So I'm doing it now, and I was like, wow, that's so cool that I'm doing the Coffee and Crystals like 5 years later that I wanted to do. And here it is again on my, whatever this is called. My brain isn't here today, y'all. Vision board. I have pages that I like ripped out of my pets, and what else? Oh, I started keeping track of like signs that the universe sent me. So I thought that was kind of cool. I wrote myself I wrote the universe a petition and signed it and dated it. So this was from 2019. I'll have to read this later and see if any of it came true. But yeah, that's kind of like the bulk of my Book of Shadows. But I think with having this as an activity we can do together, alongside having more materials that I can pull from and ideas from my own book that I can pull from, I think we'll get pretty far. I think we'll make some cool stuff together. All right, so I have my little craft station ready. I'm definitely gonna be watching some Charmed while I make my Book of Shadows, because how fitting is that? I don't think I'm gonna recreate a page like what I've shown you today, but there'll be many installments of this type of vlog, so eventually we will remake something. But in this Book of Shadows, I would like to include the Sabbats, which I do not have in the other Book of Shadows. So I think what I'm gonna do is have obviously one page for each. I don't think I'm gonna have like my blurb about each one in this just yet, because I would have to sit down and write them in a nice way. And then I think I'll do like, you know, cut it out and burn the edges and make it look pretty. But I think what I can do is make the pages for the Sabbats. And I went onto Google. I'm not claiming these are mine at all, because they're not. I stole these off of Google for my own personal use, not to like resell, nothing like that. But I went and found some stock images that look kind of like sketches So I think these would look cool in the Book of Shadows for each Sabbath. So I'm gonna cut these out. We'll do one page at a time, and I'm gonna do them double-sided, so I'm not using up 12 pieces of paper. I'll only use, or not 12, I'll only use 4 pieces of paper, not 8 pieces of paper. Like, what? I don't know where 12 came from. Maybe I was thinking about the zodiac or something. But we're gonna start, we'll do double-sided, one for each Sabbath, 4 pages. And I do also want to show you this dark grimoire paper and this like homemade paper that I found too. So I'm gonna set you guys up so you can actually watch me craft, and I'll see you in a second. nice to kind of zone out and do something creative and just have some stuff on in the background, but I just did a flip through for you, but I think, so it seems a little too unfinished. So I think I'm going to at least write the titles and attach them to the top. I might end up doing more, but that might be kind of boring to watch on camera. So I'm gonna do that off camera, and then I will come back and show you guys how it looks with everything kind of adhered to the pages. So I will be right back. Also, just a side note, I don't love these little printouts that I did, so those might have to go. I thought it would be a cute idea, but like seeing them on the page, like something looks off to me. So I think I'm gonna take those off, and hopefully it will look a little bit more complete once I have some words on the pages. Okay, I was able to finish 2 full pages. Well, mostly finished, like they look completed. So I have the Yule one done entirely. Here it is. I hope you can see it okay. I added some cedar with some washi tape on there. And then I like my own little drawings instead of Google stuff. I just think it fits the page better and it adds my own personal touch. So for the Yule thing, like I said, I put cedar, I have the dates for Yule, and then I have my cup runneth over spell that I did for the 12 days of Yule. If you want to see that video, it's under the 12 days of Yule hashtag, and it's the candle magic day, I believe. So that's what I have for Yule. I'm really excited with how this turned out. I think it looks fantastic. And hopefully I can get all of this cedar to stay in the book. And if not, I can like hot glue it or something as well. The next one is not quite as exciting because I couldn't find an element or think of an element for in bulk, but here is the page. I love that it's like flashy, because for in bulk I like to use mirrors with my candles to kind of amplify the light. So again, I have the date, I have a little blurb about Candlemas, and then I have a prayer that I can say welcoming the light and the warmth back while I do the Candlemas ritual basically. So I just light a bunch of candles on top of mirrors, and then I'll say this prayer. And I drew these little candles down here, but I don't know, I need some kind of element that I can add to the page to add more magic like I did with the Yule one. I'm really excited with how this turned out, and this one just doesn't quite feel finished, but I did add the top, the name of the holidays for all of the other pages. This is the only page that I'm not like thrilled about because I cut the wrong side, but I think once I add my blurb on here, we won't really be able to tell. So I got all of those done for the most part. Well, not done, but the actual pages are prepped and ready to go for all of the descriptions and everything else that we add. So I'm really excited with how this project is turning out. I apologize if my camera angles are not the best for the crafting. I'm kind of limited to the tripod that I have on hand. So hopefully one day I can figure out a better way to either film from like a point of view angle. I just don't think it's gonna happen with this tripod. But I want to keep filming more of these vlogs because I think it's super fun to work on a book of shadows together. And I think I'm going to end the vlog here. I am going to pick up and start a new vlog tomorrow because I think we're going to start gardening after our Mother's Day breakfast. So until then, I will see you guys soon, and thank you so much for hanging out with me and looking at plants and working on my new book of shadows. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.